Hello, everybody, and welcome to Webcast 14. If you're there and you're hearing me see this in the present or after the fact, you're someone I really appreciate. Now I'm getting a timeout. But I guess we're okay now. You know, we have our own technical hurdles to jump here at Wild Root, here in the basement. And I hope everybody's doing good out there. You know, we had a beautiful scenario of weather today in Nashville after some severe storms yesterday, but I just happened to walk by the TV a little while ago and they're prophesying more awful weather, so wow. Gratitude is the attitude, you know. Carpe diem when it's good, I guess. So many things I want to tell you about. The songs I'm going to do as I do them, and shout outs to people who deserve them, and the risk I run is that there will be some people who deserve big shout-outs who won't get them because they deserve them, but I'll forget about them and I try to get them next time. But, yeah, man. Madam X, who is my executive producer here on the webcasts, and I were watching this thing that you too could watch if you want to. You know, we're in this new realm of the virtual, so there are these kind of premier ticketed events on the interwebs for the new Tamara Saviano documentary on the late, great Guy Clark. And the film is called Without Getting Killed or Caught, which is a line, of course, from his great LA Freeway song that Jerry Jeff did too. And it just got me thinking about Guy Clark. And I don't know exactly when I became a huge Guy Clark fan. I might have first been made aware of him through Jerry Jeff's great versions of LA Freeway, from which the line comes for the film, and Desperado's Waiting for a Train. But, you know, Guy Clark's first album, Old Number One, is just incredible. And, oh, I got to tell you this. So one of my, it's hard to say what my favorite song is, you know, but Rita Ballou has always been one of them. And when I lived in Texas, I always talk about that brief time because so many wonderful things happened. We used to go down to this place south of Austin that many of you may know about called the Cheatham Street Warehouse. And it was a great music venue in an old warehouse run by a singer-songwriter, Kent Finley. And I mean, I saw Gatemouth Brown there with an upright bass playing jump music with fiddle on some songs, totally mixing genres and making it wonderful, treasured moments. We saw a band called the Ace in the Hole Band, you know, and they were doing traditional country, and we'd look at each other and go, you know, that singer ought to be famous. And we were right, because that singer was a guy named George Strait. There were these girls that would come there. That's what I'm getting around to on Rita Ballou, and I always think of them as being, particularly the brunette. There was a brunette and a blonde that were always kind of there. I never met them or knew them or anything. And the brunette especially seemed like the character in this song to me, although the character in this song, we don't have Guy to ask who really based it on, probably on lots of different Texas dance hall women. But Bobby Field used to call them Hondine and Hondell, and Hondine was the brunette, and I thought she kind of personified the Rita Ballou type, and she was definitely a Texican temptress, you know, in a trophy buckle and all that. So I love this song. I'm going to try to do it. I've never done it before. I've sung it to myself a lot, and so hopefully I can land it. It's a great Guy Clark song called Rita Ballou. She could dance that slow Uvalde shuffle to some cowboy hustle. How she made those trophy buckles shine, shine, shine. Wild-eyed Mexican silver tricking good old cousin Willard into thinking that it got her this time. Hill country honky-tonkin' Rita Ballou, every joint in town that's played the fool for you. Backsliding, barrel-riding Rita Ballou, ain't a cowboy in Texas would not ride a bull for you. She's a rawhide rope and velvet mixture, walking, talking Texas texture, high timing barroom fixture kind of girl. She's the queen of the cowboys. Look at old Willard grinning now, boys. You'd have thought there's less fools in this world. Hill country honky-tonkin' Rita Ballou, every way to John for you. Cowboy. So good luck, Willard. Here's to you, here's to Rita. I hope she'll do you right all night. Oh, I wish I was a fool in your shoe. Hip country honky tonkin' Rita Ballou. If a big joint in town has played the fool for you. Backsliding, barrel riding Rita Ballou. Ain't a cowboy in Texas would not ride a bull for you. Hill country honky tonkin' Rita Ballou. If a big joint in town has played the fool for you. Backsliding, barrel riding Rita Ballou. Ain't a cowboy in Texas would not ride a bull for you. Ain't a cowboy in Texas would not ride a bull for you. Thank you for the songs, guy. That's a damn good film, too, I might add. Rita Ballou, man, just one of so many. All the nuances, all the nailing of it. And I always say good old Cousin Willard. It's really dumb old Cousin Willard is the real lyric of the song. That slow Uvalde shuffle. I love that, man. And some of you may not know what Mexican silver is. It's nickel silver. It ain't no sterling. So, man, so much going on. You know, as many of you may know, I've had the great pleasure of writing a few songs with the legendary songwriter and producer and artist, Dan Penn. And he just had some surgery. I just found out it's public. It's out there on the social media and stuff. But he's recovering really nicely. So big shout out to Dan and Linda Penn, his lovely wife. And I hope he, comes back stronger than ever. I have kind of a feeling he will. And I've heard so many stories, about when he produced the box tops on the letter, and it's all out there, if you want to see the various YouTube films and the Muscle Shoals documentary and read up on it. It's pretty well documented. And of course, Alex Chilton was a teenager, and he wasn't even the original singer for the band. There's a long story there, but apparently Wayne Carson wrote the song and Dan had the demo, and he found this band, or Chips Moman found the band, and Dan didn't get along with the singer, and they told him to find somebody else, and they found the needle in the haystack, 1 in a million, Alex Chilton. And they nailed it, and they copied the demo. Apparently, Dan said that the demo and the record are very similar, except Dan put strings on it and the airplane sound, right? And I remember, I'm old, right? So I remember when this was a new record. And growing up in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and being interested in bands, I might have been in junior high or something. And probably wasn't that, maybe, 12, 13 or something. And somehow, I was at the bowling alley where they didn't normally have bands. And there was this band playing. May have been this band called the Wild Things. And their drummer was singing this song. And when it came to the solo, he kept playing with one hand and put his hand over the mic and did the airplane like... It sounded like the record. It blew me away. And I never saw another band before or since at the bowling alley. But I've always loved this song, and I love Alex's vocal on it. So I'll try to land it for you. And it's got very few words, and even on the record, they just repeat them. I think that's the lick. It's like... Give me a ticket for an aeroplane. Ain't got time to take a fast train. Lonely days are gone, I'm a-coming home. My baby wrote me a letter. I don't care how much money I gotta spend. Got to get back to my baby. Lonely days are gone, I'm a-coming home. My baby, she wrote me a letter. Well, she wrote me a letter, said you couldn't live without me no more. Listen, can't you see I got to get back to my baby once more. more. Anyway, well, get a ticket for an aeroplane. Ain't got time to take a fast train. Lonely days are gone, I'm coming home. My baby, she wrote me a letter. She wrote me a letter, said you couldn't live without me no more. Listen, mister, can't you see I got to get back to my baby once more. Anyway, well, I don't care how much money I gotta spend. Got to get back to my baby. Lonely days are gone, I'm coming home. My baby, she wrote me a letter. Anyway, well, ticket for an aeroplane. Ain't got time to take a fast train. Lonely days are gone, I'm coming home. My baby, she wrote me a letter. My baby, she wrote me a letter. My baby, she wrote me a letter. The airplane thing works a lot better if you can put your hand over the, but you can't keep playing the guitar. Someone probably can, not me. I'll never get over that record. I love it. I love the vocal. And Alex, after the Box Tops, for whatever reason, would never sing in that voice again. He had a whole different, vocal persona that he used and did great stuff. And the whole Big Star thing is, wow, who knew he could sing that high? Amazing, amazing artist. And we do wish Dan a speedy recovery. He's an international, intergalactic treasure. Moving right along. I've been having a lot of fun doing these. And, I do the radio shows. I've been doing this, I've been doing that. And I had an interview thing I'll tell you more about later that I did this week. And so I found myself cramming to do these things. It reminds me of a story. The great Tom Comet had a mysterious hand problem one time, and he couldn't do some gigs. So we had the great fortune of getting one of the greatest bass players in the world, Ron Eoff, who played with Delbert, and the Cates brothers and so many others, to fill in on very short notice. So having the skill to chart songs, Ron just charted all the songs and never listened to them twice till we got to the gig, and he had all the charts on the music stand. So we're having dinner before the gig, and I said, well, how do you feel about these songs, Ron? He goes, I have no feelings about these songs. And it didn't mean he didn't like them. He meant that he hadn't had a chance to develop any feelings because, wow, he was, and I'm kind of like that a little bit. Although I have strong feelings about this song, I've always loved it. It's a Randy Newman song, and Harry Nilsson recorded it. Harry Nilsson was such a great songwriter and did a whole album of Randy Newman songs and didn't stop there. He did this song on the Harry album as well, and this is as jazzy as I ever get with my guitar playing. And it's a cool song. It's called Simon Smith and the Amazing Dancing Bear. I may go out tomorrow if I can borrow a coat to wear. Oh, I'd step out in style with my senses smile and my dancing bear, outrageous, alarming, courageous, charming. Oh, who would think a boy and bear could be well accepted everywhere? It's just amazing how fair people can be. Seen at the nicest places where well-fed faces all stop and stare. Making the grandest entrance is Simon Smith and his dancing bear. They love us, won't they? Feed us, don't they? The star attraction everywhere will be Simon Smith and his dancing bear. It's Simon Smith, the amazing dancing bear. Who needs money when you're funny? The main attraction everywhere would be Simon Smith and his dancing parrots. Simon Smith and the amazing dancing bear. Simon Smith and the Amazing Dancing Bear. By Randy Newman. And there's a beautiful version by good but the late great Harry Nilsson. Wow. Man, I really went down the rabbit hole on Ray Davies and Kinks documentaries on YouTube. I think I may have told you about that last time. So I'm going to play a Kinks song that probably isn't overlooked by diehards, but probably by somebody. Anyway, or maybe not, but it's a good one. I think I'll play electric on it. I'd like to give a big shout out to a Wildarian of the highest order, Mad Jack in Scotland, who sent me an incredible number of DVDs, none of which I've had a chance to watch yet, but Jock, I appreciate it, and I will. Lots of Manfred Mann and Small Faces stuff. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, yeah, and I got a really nice letter. From Marty Kelsey. Marty Kelsey, who was turned on to Webb Wilder music by our old buddy Coach Van Dyne, who was a big booster many years ago. And Marty is with the Smithsonian Institution National Air and Space Museum. Wow. Sounds important to me. So anyway, okay, back to the Kinks. Ray Davies, early on, he didn't just do it for his whole career, but he seemed to find innumerable ways to, slide a couple of bar chords up and down like, and then, and this one does it in a different way. I've never performed this song in my life, and it may show. Let's give it a whirl. So tired of waiting, tired of waiting for you. So tired of waiting, tired of waiting for you. I was a lonely soul, I didn't have nobody till I met you. But you, all of the time, keeping me waiting, what can I do? It's your life, and you can do what you want. Do what you like, but please don't keep me waiting. Please don't keep me waiting, 'cause I'm so tired of waiting, tired of waiting for you. So tired of waiting, tired of waiting for you. I was a lonely soul, I didn't have nobody till I met you. But you, all of the time, keeping me waiting, what can I do? It's your life, and you can do what you want. Do what you like, but please don't keep me waiting. Please don't keep me waiting, 'cause I'm so tired of waiting, tired of these songs are short and wonderful and amazing. It's amazing how in a song that short, so many little wonderful musical moments and chapters happen. It's cool. It's a cool thing. Ray Davies, the Kinks, they're great. The Animals, you know, they only get oldies airplay on House of the Rising Sun, and they were a great singles band. And they had a lot of songs that you just knew they wrote that they didn't, because the records were so good and Eric Burden nailed the vocals so hard and the arrangements were great and the band was great. And of course the bass player Chaz Chandler went on to be Jimi Hendrix's manager and producer. So they had a lot of creativity and artistry in that band. This song is a good one. And bands used to play it. There are a handful of their hits. Bands would always play them. And Nina Simone first did this song. It was written by some other guys whose names, maybe one of them was something like Benny Benjamin and another guy. But she did it, and then, of course, the Animals did it. Don't let me be misunderstood. Baby, do you understand me now? Sometimes I seem a little bad, but no one alive can always be an angel. When things go wrong, I seem to be bad. But I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. Baby, sometimes I'm so carefree, with a joy that's hard to hide. Sometimes it seems like all I have to do is worry, and then you're bound to see my other side. But I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. If I seem edgy, I want you to know that I never meant to take it out on you. Life has its problems, I get my share. That's one thing I never meant to do, 'cause I love you, baby. Oh, don't you know I'm human? I have thoughts like any other one. And sometimes I find myself alone regretting some little foolish, some little stupid thing I've done. But I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. I made notes and everything about my Webb Wilder's weekly reader, you know, as it were. So I didn't know what point in the broadcast to say all these things. Stuff is going on in y'all's lives, I know, and in mine, and so it's so great to do these monthly webcasts. And for those of you who have sent tips via PayPal, it's, you know, paypal.me/World of Wilder. Some people have sent checks. Come on, Roger sent us, a check, and DVDs to sell. We've got a couple of those B-Picture Shorts DVDs yet to sell. Wonderful stuff. I appreciate all of you more than you'll ever know. And, if you're just watching it for free and you've watched all of them for free, that's okay too. And, there are 13 others on Webb TV on YouTube, and they live here too on webwilder.official. If you do go to YouTube, we'd love it if you, hit the subscribe button, and the like button, and, at the Facebook thing, webwilder.official, hit the follow or the like or whatever they've got. And I watch so many of these cats on YouTube, and a lot of them have a mug. And we don't have any mugs to say, if you'd like to buy a mug. But mugs are tough to ship. Without breaking them up, and it's expensive to ship. We'd love to do that. We may do it someday, but we have T-shirts, DVDs, vinyl records, and pics and stickers, and I don't know what all. But all that's going on, So check this out. So, I do the radio thing Monday through Thursday afternoons, 1 to 4 p.m. Central on WMOT Roots Radio, which is WMOT.org. This week we're in our fun drive for that because it's listener powered. So don't forget those folks, which I'm one of and proud to be. It's WMOT.org. You can always hit the donate button there. And what else? Chuck Prophet had me on his Gimme Country radio show a while back, a week or two ago, because this is International Women's Month. And he wanted to salute my Aunt Lillian McMurray, who had Trumpet Records and recorded Sonny Boy Williamson and Elmore James. Wow. And she was incredible, and I appreciated him doing that. And we got to talk a little bit about her. And that's wonderful. I don't know if those things are archived or not, but just, Gimme Country, Chuck Prophet, and you might can find it. An amazing thing that happened that I'm going to wait to tell you about till I get to that song, too. And what else? I did an interview. I can't tell you the whole story, but I did a really cool interview, masked up and was careful and all that stuff. And I went to the 5 Spot, a great music club here in the afternoon. Hardly anybody was there. I did a video interview with the great Jason Ringenberg of Jason and the Scorchers fame, who has a great new album produced by the Tone Chaperone, George Bradfute. And I'm using the word great a lot, but these people are great. The great Peter Cooper was the moderator and interviewed the two of us. And I was very honored to be in their company, and we'll keep you posted on that. I think that'll be something you can see. It was a video thing. It was a pretty high level of cameras and stuff. So, yeah, that was cool. Yeah. So, those are my notes about that. And I want to do this song, Check this out, man. When I was a kid, we'd go to the dime stores and drug stores and Gibson's Discount Center and all these places to buy records. But early in my record buying process, I was with my best friend, Paul, who may or may not be listening, and I was at Ben Franklin, which was or Benjamin Franklin, which was a dime store. And having never heard it before, I trusted him, he knew about it, that it was a good record, and bought Love Potion No. 9 by The Searchers. Okay? Not only that, but the flip side was High Heel Sneakers, which I'm pretty sure was the first time I heard that song. And of course, we did it on the new album, Night Without Love. But I've never done Love Potion No. 9. It was originally done by the Clover. I thought it was the Coasters, but it was the Clovers, who also did Hearts Made of Stone. I took my troubles down to Madame Rue. That gypsy with the gold cap too. She's got a pad down on 34th and Vine. 7 little bottles of Love Potion No. 9. I told her that I was a flop with chicks. I've been this way since 1956. She looked at my palm and she made a bunch of signs. She said, what you need is Love Potion No. 9. I'm gonna mix it up right here in the sink. It smelled like turpentine and looked like Indian ink. Held my nose, I closed my eyes. I took a drink. I didn't know if it would stay all night. I started kissing everything inside. But when I kissed the cop down 34th and Vine, he Philistine knows. There it is. Hoodoo, voodoo, magic. I loved the Searchers, needles and pins. I saw her today. They were up there. They were Liverpudlians or Pudlians, so they said, I saw her today. I saw her face. Take care, beware, like George Harrison said, you know. Okay. Now I get to tell you the story about, that was another big feather in my cap sort of lately, you know. Prince Charles told me never to drop names. And you know that Bruce Springsteen, he don't write, he don't call, but he did play a Webb Wilder recording on his Sirius radio show not long ago, which blew me away. And he played some stuff by some old Mississippi buddies of mine, too. He played one of Bobby Sutcliffe's solo recordings, and he played one from the band that Bobby had with Tim Lee, the Windbreakers, and me, and Joe Grushek, what's the Grushecki guy in the House Rockers. I can't think of the guy's name. He's always dug him. But, yeah, very honored. And so the song was Battle of the Bands from the About Time album that we did in 2005. And I hadn't done it in a while, so I had to kind of bone up on the lyrics. The lyrics to this song are great. This is a David Egan song, and David, it was a drag that we lost him a few years ago, but he was a great musician and songwriter, pianist, played in a band down in Louisiana called Little Band of Gold, and a lot more to his story than that, but he wrote this unbelievably poetic, beautiful song with all these insider lyrics about the venues and the bands that would play these clubs. I think it was in Baton Rouge. It could be Shreveport. And believe me, I know they're worlds apart. You know, they're different worlds, but I just don't know. But I sort of think it was Baton Rouge back in the 60s. And so you go to the internet to get these lyrics, and they don't get it. You know, like, for instance, there was a band called The Far-Fetched. Well, I can't remember what they called that if you look for the lyrics on the internet. And there was a venue called the Red Kettle. And there was a guy that ran the musicians union who was very strict about musicians being in the union named Pappy. That's wrong on the lyrics. And they almost got the name of this one band, the Pace Setters, right, and they called them the Pace Sitters. But anyway, we recorded this song live on the floor, which we don't always do, you know. I don't always believe it when people tell you they've recorded their whole album that way, because invariably you'll want to fix something or something. But it was Jimmy Lester on drums and Tom Comet on bass, George Bradford and me both playing guitar. I was playing guitar and singing in an ISO booth, and the great Steve Kahn playing the keyboards, and we were rolling, baby. And then they're wound up with horns all over it, and the horns are great, but there are a lot of them. And one of my fantasies is that one day we would get to do the Battle of the Bands naked mix, you know, and just have both. You know, you'd have the horns and the no horns, so you could really hear that live track. Okay, so it's the Battle of the Bands. Everyone was counting on the 5x5, but the game was open when the last one actually came alive. The singer for the Shadows played a birdie at the school, and the red eyes were rocking, but they're breaking all the rules. It was a parking lot party for the local music fans, and they were taking no prisoners at the Battle of the Bands. The Far-Fetched broke the red kettle in two. Tom and the Cats were doing the summertime blues. Mouse and the Traps were playing, you just can't win. And you couldn't miss Johnny Green and the Green Men. It was a party lot party The road show played the best set I'd ever seen, and the pace setters had a kid barely 13. With a Vox Super Beetle and a red hurricane, singing see right, a folk was voice that ever changed. It sounded pretty fine to the local music fans, and they were taking no prisoners at the Battle of the Band. Yeah, we're taking no prisoners at the Battle of the Band. Yeah, we're taking no prisoners at the Battle of the Band. Well, we're taking no prisoners at the Battle of the Band. All my friends are bopping the blues and it must be going round. All my friends are bopping the blues and it must be going round. I love you, baby, but I must be rhythm bound. Well, Grandpapa done got a rhythm and blues and he laid his crutches down. The old boy done got a rhythm and blues and he laid that cane right down. But Grandma, he ain't jiving, you know it must be rhythm bound. All my friends are bopping the blues and it must be going round. All my friends are bopping the blues and it must be going round. I love you, baby, but I must be rhythm bound. Rhythm and blues, rhythm and blues, rhythm and blues, rhythm and blues. I say I love you, baby, but I must be rhythm bound. I had to go there. I played my little Carl Perkins rhythm on the Battle of the Bands. Carl was a great guitar player. He could do more than that, but that's my takeaway from the great Carl Perkins. So yeah, thank you, Bruce, for playing that on the radio. Friday night in Nashburg. So let's see, what am I doing? I got yeller pads and white pads and basement hum. Okay, that's that notebook. Willie Dixon was one of the greatest songwriters that ever lived. And he was a great bass player. And he was a recording session man. And he was an A&R guy, all for Chess Records. And he put together international tours for the Chess artists. And there are great DVDs of a lot of those shows they did in Germany and stuff. Willie Dixon, I mean, if it came out of Chess Records, more like, not always, but more likely than not, he wrote it, you know, and such great stuff. And he may have began life in Mississippi. It may have been in Macomb, which is also kind of where Bo Diddley's from. And Bo Diddley was on Chess, you know, but he wasn't necessarily blues. He was rock and roll, and not only that, he was his own chapter. He had the Bo Diddley beat. Not everybody has their own beat, right? So I love this song, and I've told you on the previous webcast that sometimes my roots are shallow, and I got more songs than you'll ever know from Long John Baldry, who was one of the greatest British roots purveyors. But the cool thing is that'll lead you back to the original, you know. So this was a Chess thing, and it was a Bo Diddley thing. It was written by Willie Dixon. Things aren't always what they seem. You can't judge an apple by looking at the tree. You can't judge a honey by looking at the bee. You can't judge a daughter by looking at the mother. You can't judge a book by looking at the cover. Well, can't you see? Oh, Lord, how you misjudge me. I know I look like a farmer, but I'm a lover. Well, you can't judge a book looking at the cover, yeah. Come on. Come back closer, baby. Hey, what else I got to say? You got your radio turned down too low. Turn it up. You can't judge a sugar by looking at the cane. You can't judge a woman by looking at a man. You can't judge a sister by looking at the brother. You can't judge a book by looking at the cover. Well, I can't you see? Oh Lord, how you misjudge me. I know I look like a farmer, but I'm a lover. Well, you can't judge a book by looking at the cover. Well, you can't judge a fish by looking in the pond. You can't judge a right by looking at the wrong. You can't judge looking at the other. You can't judge a book by looking at the cover. Well, can't you see? Oh Lord, how you misjudge me. I know I look like a farmer, but I'm a lover. Well, I can't judge a book by looking at the cover. Hey now. Okay. I'm sure there's some other stuff I'm leaving out that I could sort of brag on myself on, but really haven't, been doing anything very glamorous. That interview with Jason and Peter is going to be good, though, and we will keep you posted about that. And be sure to check out his new album, Rhinestoned. My new album is not quite a year old. We did the pandemic hit. We did the showcase kickoff show from the basement last April 10th. So this mess has been going on a while, man. And of course, I was already crazy, but they talk about that mental illness thing on TV. Yeah, I got it. I don't know who wrote this song. It's on Tracks on Wax 4 by Dave Edmunds. I watch too much TV, so I like this song. Well, at the end of every working day, I hurry home as fast as I can. Fix myself a bite. Since you left me, I'm a lonely man. Crack out a can of something, settle back in my chair. And from that moment till the spot disappears, man, I could be anywhere. I'm tuning in my television, switch it on, television, tune it in, television, every frame, television, looking at television, just like a cat. My little set will never quit. I don't care what's on, if it's happy or sad. I don't give a damn if it's good or bad. I sit and watch it till it drives me mad. Just as long as it's on, I'm glad. Well, everybody that I used to know, they don't come around no more. I don't go out either, 'cause since you left me, I got nowhere to go. I said my best friend is sleeping in ever since you've been gone. And all I got to do is act a fake IQ, and I don't have to see you no more. I'm tuning in my television, switch it on, television. I didn't have to tell you I'm a big fan. I got rock pile on the wall. Nick Lowe had a birthday this week. Happy birthday, Nick. And so did the legendary, speaking of International Women's Month, Carol Kay. Talk about some girl power. One of the most recorded bass players on more hits than, I mean, there's a Mount Rushmore of those people, and she's one of them. And guitar player, jazz guitar player too. And you owe it to yourself to check out all the great interviews she's done that are on YouTube, many of which are from the Wrecking Crew documentary. And our buddy Patterson Hood from the Drive-By Truckers. He's younger than them, but he had a birthday too. Young people have birthdays too now. It's like George Bradfield always says, you may think I'm stupid, but you're not the only one. Well, I always wanted to do this song, but I never could learn all the words, and there are quite a few of them. But the brilliant lyrics of Chuck Berry, wow, you know, it's amazing. And so it took two pieces of paper. It's a story song. It's a journey song, you know. Chuck Berry, man, one of the chapters in the whole thing. Oh, I wonder who, ba-do-do-do, who wrote the book of love? Chuck Berry, pretty much. I left my home in Norfolk, Virginia, California, on my mind. Straddled that Greyhound road and into Raleigh and all across Carolina. Stopped in Charlotte, bypassed Rocky Hill, never was a minute late. Out of Atlanta by sundown, rolling out of Georgia State. We had motor trouble and turned it to a struggle that way across Alabama. When that hound broke down and left us all stranded in downtown Birmingham. I bought me a through train ticket right across Mississippi clean. I was on that midnight flyer out of Birmingham, smoking into New Orleans. Somebody help me get out of Louisiana. Won't you help me get to Houston town? 'Cause there's some people there who care a little bit about me and who won't let the poor boy down. As sure as you're born, they bought me a silk suit, put the luggage in my hand. And I woke up high over Albuquerque on a jet to the promised land. Working on a T-bone steak, I'll cart it flying over to the Golden State. When the pilot told us in 13 minutes we'd be headed to the terminal gate. Swing low, chariot, come down easy, taxi to the terminal zone. Put your engines and cool your wings and let me make it to the telephone. Los Angeles, please give me Norfolk, Virginia, down by 1009. Tell all the folks back home this is the promised land calling and the poor boy is on the line. I'd be remiss if I didn't recite the Webb Wilder credo: work hard, rock hard, eat hard, sleep hard, grow big, wear glasses if you need them. You know, I'm doing this cameo thing now, and it's kind of a lot of fun, and some of you have taken me up on it. So I've been wishing people happy anniversaries and happy birthdays and reciting the credo and changing clothes and shirts so the videos don't all look alike and having a lot of fun with it. So all that information is out there, but if you haven't heard about Cameo, you can find out about it. That's about what it amounts to. For a nominal fee, you can pretty much get a birthday greeting or a Hey, how are you? Or words of encouragement from anyone from Webb Wilder to the Housewives of Beverly Hills. Rick Nilsson's on there if you're a Cheap Trick fan. He was wishing Steven Tyler happy birthday today on social media, so I guess the Screaming Demon had a birthday today too. You know, that song I did, that Dave Edmunds song, Television, is something one of the many songs I used to pull out at the sound check. And the guys would play it good, but I wouldn't necessarily remember it all, but that minor would throw us sometimes. Every working day, it's not just a 12 bar, but this one is. As long as we're paying tribute to some of these great original first era rock and roll people, this is another one of my sound check songs I like to do by the great Fats Domino. Well, hello, Josephine. How do you do? Do you remember me, baby? Like I remember you. You used to laugh at me. I was a fool, fool, fool. You used to shake it over yonder by the railroad track. When it rained, you had to walk. I used to tote you on my back. It was a crying shame. It had to be like that. Well, hello, Josephine. How do you do? You remember me, baby, like I remember you. You used to laugh at me. I was a fool, fool, fool. Hello, Josephine. How do you do? Do you remember me, baby? Like I remember you. You used to laugh at me. I was a fool, fool, fool. You used to shake it over yonder, down by the railroad track. Woo! When it rained, you had to walk. Hey, I had to tow you on the back. Hey, it was a crying shame. It had to be like that. It was a crying shame. It had to be like that. Well, that about wraps up another webcast number 14. And we appreciate you being here so much. Like I say, all of the other 13 are at webbwilder.official, as well as at Webb TV on YouTube. And this one will be on YouTube just as quickly as we can get it there. Happy Easter. That's coming up, in about a week? You guys are the best. Thank you so much. Thanks for all the support, monetary or otherwise. Even the otherwise means a lot. And like the letter I got from Marty was fantastic. Keep between the ditches. We'll see you.